Okay, that was the beginning of Baby Please Don't Go. It was what is the verse accompaniment and the interlude, the instrumental interlude after every verse. Now, first of all, we're in standard tuning in the key of E. And I tapped out what I just played, and you can download that for free at my website. There's a link in the video description, and there's also a link to the full performance, which I'm not going to do now, so you can hear that separately. So let's go over the tab slowly. So, in a way, the guitar arrangement follows the vocals. That's up, baby, please don't go. And then in the second bar we have that hit. And I'm hitting that with my right hand. And I'm hitting the strings like this. And in the second bar you will see the third string. And it's between brackets. It means it's not a melody note. You have to play it very lightly. It's there, it's, well, it kind of helps me to keep time. Hit and then up, down. Slide up and down to the third fret and let it rain. Again, that hit. It helps, of course, if you use a thumb pick for this song. I think it's necessary. Lightnin Hopkins also played with a thumb pick. And then we go on. Note that's very short. And then that's a very fast hammer on. And then, well, I think that's the most difficult part of the song, those hits. And first of all, I keep the E chords with my second finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, 2nd fret. And the index fingers on the 3rd string, 1st fret. And I mute the 3rd string. And well, if I'm gonna try to count it out, it will drive you nuts, drives me also nuts. So I'm gonna do it a lot of times, very slowly. And notice that the upstrokes are also muted, like this with the right hand. So, from the 7 bar, it's important that you get the riff in your head, and then it will go to your hands much more easily. What I also wanted to tell you about the bass in this song. It is muted, but not with resting our hands on the bridge like we used to do for a muted bass, but it's more I let it ring and then I mute it with the right hand. And some beats are more open. Then I let it ring. You have to listen very carefully. And that first hit I hit down with my nails of my index and my middle finger. And then we go in the 11th bar, it's only 3 beats there. So, sorry. Now we go to the A7, which I grab like this. 2nd fret, 2nd string and 2nd fret, 4th string. And I use the pinky to do the movement over there. Also note that I'm slightly lifting my picking finger, my fretting finger, so it doesn't become one sound, not like this. But by lifting the pinky, you're gonna make the sounds short. And then we have a pull off, and when we go to the E bass once more. And here we're sliding up to the 5th fret, so we get those notes in unison, but don't pick the open 3rd string. Sounds not good. And at the 15th bar, and we go to our B7 chord, and there I pick the first note in my thumb and then the index for the 5th string, 1st fret. And then I just pick the A7 chord in the 17th bar with my 2 fingers here. And I'm hitting down. And I'm doing that that only the first 2 strings ring. So I mute with my right hand the first 4 strings. The 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th string. Possibly you might hit the open 3rd string, because, well, you can with this hand, it's difficult to get that 3rd string too. But if you slightly bend, your index finger will mute the 3rd string. And then you let it ring in the next beat. Hammer on, pull off, pull off. That's the 18th bar. And sliding, that's a D7 chord moved up to the 4th fret. And I'm picking with the thumb all the strings. Then I wait into the next beat and then with the thumb the hammer on. So slowly that 18 bar. And then we go to our B7 chords, and we're starting with a hit of the open string. And then up and down string with the index and the middle finger together, held together. Okay, that's it for the main arrangement. And you noticed maybe in the performance video I did some variations, especially in let's say the fills between the vocals. I'll do it one time slowly with the vocals. Now baby, please don't go. Now baby, please don't go. first variation is in the A7. Instead of going, I'm simply holding the chord. And I'm moving the chord up and down to keep the sound a bit short. And then instead of going to, I'm going to the first string 10th fret and the second string 12th fret. And in fact I'm imitating and then slide down on the 6th string or the 5th string. And then we have a variation for the B7. Is that I'm going with the bass. So I'm alternating between the 5th, the 4th and the 6th string. And with the index I'm doing with index in the middle. I also did something with the bass like this. 3rd and 4th fret, 6th string. 5th string open, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 6th string. Now in context. One more time. That's turnaround that Lightnin Hopkins use very, very much. And what you do is your E chord, and then you go to an A6th, and I'm barring that with my 3rd finger because it's easy. It's an easy move. You can also do that with your index, of course. And I'm barring the first 4 strings on the 2nd fret, playing the open A bass, up and down. One more time, the whole thing. And that was the B7, of course. Alright, and what variations did I also, instead of doing that the whole time, I did it also only partially. So the first time it's 10th and 12th fret on the 1st and the 2nd string, and then I'm picking the 1st string 7th fret and the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Both like this. And open. Also, instead of and open, then I did like this. So in the whole thing. B7. And instead of going, I also did 15th fret, 1st string, 12th fret, 1st string, 2nd fret, 15th, 12th, 3rd string, 14, 12. And the first note you let it ring. And that turnaround, I'm mostly using my index and middle fingers. Okay, I did 2 solos, and it's only the beginning of the solos that's important. The rest is what you've seen before in the accompaniment. And after so we do twice, 12th fret and 9th fret and open. bass and mute. Again. And then 3 times. 12th fret pull off and the open. Pull off between the 12th and the 9th fret, the 1st string, and then the open E string. And then (12), 9th, 7 on the 1st string, and the 8th string, 8th fret on the 2nd string, bending. Okay, the whole thing. And I'm playing that with the thumb and the index alternatively. And then you wait a little bit and you hit and down, and then it's back to our A7. Then the second solo, which I play at the end, is a variation of the accompaniment. Instead of going, I'm going in on the 1st string 7th fret and the 2nd string 8th fret. So I hit both strings at the same time and then open. And then I slide on the 3rd string to this 9th fret. So it's, and then open. Then the same thing. Third string, 7th fret instead of the 9th fret, and then hammer on between the 7th and the 9th frets on the 3rd string. 4th string, 9, 7, and then a slide on the 5th string to the 7th fret, 4th string, so the whole thing again. So those 7th fret and then the 4th string, 5, 7. And with that bend, I'm placing all my fingers, 3 fingers on the strings, and then bend is very easy. So the last solo once more. I forgot to say that we're doing that the hit, the second bar of the accompaniment between those licks. You're gonna have to find that yourself. Again, I would like to say I'm playing this in the style of Lightnin Hopkins. It's not exactly how Lightnin it plays. And he recorded it several times in his career. And this version is more what he played later in his career. And I included a link in the video description to a very old version, which he recorded, I think, in the early 50s or late 40s. And it's quite different, and it's more free and a bit chaotic maybe, but it's very well played with very much, how should I say, well, genius. That's it. Okay, have fun with this lesson.